was gonna make this video a few days earlier, but sometimes I'm not 100% on it. So I'm up in Kula right now and just want to talk about my car a little. I drove off the lot a little over 3 years ago. At the time I only had like 18,700 miles on it. You can see I have like 42,461 now. And I had 11 bars, but only for like the first week or two, and then it dropped down to 10. And a few months back, I made the video where I dropped from 10 bars to 9 bars. I feel like when I first got this car, it kind of averaged around 85 a charge if I went the whole way, which you almost never do. And now I feel like it's only good for about 75 a charge on average. I could eke out 80 if I really tried, but same thing back in the day, I probably, if I tried real hard, could get 90 out of it. So I feel like I've lost about 10 miles of range in 3 years because these Leafs don't have thermal battery management, so their batteries deplete much faster than all the other electric cars. But because of that, they're much cheaper and more affordable. They depreciate rapidly, so if you get one new, that's not cool unless you lease it. But if you pick up a used one, you can get a pretty good deal because they lose value so quickly that they go from being really expensive to being reasonably priced. And like I've said many times, especially for 2-car families, these are really nice because you can have like the regular gas car to do all this stuff and then do all the little in-town errands and go to work and stuff using the other little electric car. They're not that expensive. And I know on the Hawaiian Islands electricity is very expensive, but most places electricity is a lot cheaper than gas, so they save you a lot of money that way. Anyway, I remember I bought this car like February 28th, but one man can't drive 2 cars at the same time, so the dealer said he'd charge it overnight, and I drove my car back up to work and then from there to my house, and then the next day I took the bus from my house to the mall to open up the school, and then during my first break I walked on down to the dealership, grabbed my electric car and drove it off the lot on March 1st. So that was just over 3 years ago. Car's been very good to me, but if you've seen this channel, you know that I always wanted an electric car, and I was super happy when I could finally get one. So I'm biased. I'm like doing something I like. If you're a regular person that just wants something to function in your day-to-day life and doesn't want to make a lot of sacrifices, I feel like the newer models have made a lot of improvements, but that these old ones, the range is super limited. It really is. Like, you hear all this stuff about 95% of people spend 95% of their driving doing 50 miles a day or less, and maybe those stats are very accurate, but it is really easy to use up 75 miles. Like, you don't have to do that much, like, or if you hit hills like this. When I'm on hills like this, it eats up my range faster. But either way, it's like, it's not incredibly challenging to use up this much range. It's really easy. And I remember when my friend visited and I rented that 2018 Nissan Leaf, it was so nice. Like, that bigger range works so much better. Like, I could see someone having that for a second car and being able to do a lot of stuff. Whereas with this, it would very much be a commuter and an in-town errands kind of thing. You can do little trips, but it doesn't take long to use up 75 miles, especially because it's rare that you're gonna be 100% charged and then like have the guts to stick it out all the way down to 0%. Like most people, you know, it's whatever charge it's at when you start, and then by the time it's at 20%, you're like, I probably should get it charged pretty soon. And by the time it's at 10%, most people are ready to charge it. And with me personally, once it hits 5% or lower, the fact that instead of showing you the percentage on the battery, it just puts the 3 dashes, kind of makes me nervous, because then I'm like, I don't even know how much battery I have left. So I personally would not like taking this car under 5% unless I was cutting close. If like I knew I was close to where I was going and I knew I could get there, I could risk going to 2 or 3%, but I don't like going under 5%. I don't like not being able to see the percentage of battery that remains. So you don't really have the full range of whatever it says most of the time. Like everybody in every car, like most of the time people will go anywhere from 80 to 100%. A lot of people do 80 to 90% because it's supposed to make the car last longer if you don't go all the way to 100 all the time. And then most people don't let it go much below 10%. Like even like the cars with long range, like the Teslas and stuff, most people just, when they get around 10%, they decide, oh, I better charge up again. So you don't really have the full range. So it's always better to buy big range because you're only gonna have a percentage of it anyway. But yeah, the cars are definitely nice. Like this is the first car I've ever had that had so much power. Like the electric cars with the really, really good torque they have and stuff. Like I can fly right up these steep hills. Gosh, that Jeep's coming fast. And that's really nice. It's nice to have all this power. So like overall, like the car being quiet, the car having instant torque, the car having powerful torque and being able to zip up hills and stuff, all the things about the electric car are really, really fun. Having the low center of gravity so you can corner good. So it's been fun. I've loved having this car for the last 3 years, and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. It's still working really, really good. I don't know how long it will take for the last part of my battery to deplete, but right now it's still very, very functional and I'm enjoying it a lot. So anyway, I just thought I would share a quick little video since I don't make them very much anymore. Just sharing that, yeah, after 3 years, this car's been real good for me. Only time I had a problem was when it had that like little tiny 12-volt battery in the front die and it wouldn't start, and I made a video on that and how to address it. Place that battery. Everything's been smooth besides that one day. It's just been a really, really nice ownership experience these last 3 years. So just thought I'd share that.